Welcome to this presentation. This presentation is done on a prose piece, Nature and Man. This presentation is done by Selva Murugan, Assistant Professor of English, JJ College of Arts and Science, Pulkote. And what is this presentation contains? This presentation is an explanation of a prose piece by Swami Vivekananda. As per we know, Swami Vivekananda was a Swami with a difference. His heart was harmony of body and mind, and the microcosm and the macrocosm known in his pre-monastic life. In his pre-monastic life, before he attained legendary vision, Swami Vivekananda was called as Narendranath Datta. It was his name by birth. He was born in an affluent family in Kolkata on 28 January 1863. During his travels all over India, Swami Vivekananda was deeply moved to see the appealing poverty and backwardness of the masses. It is said that Swami Vivekananda was born in 12th January in present India. The 12th January is celebrated as the National Day of Youths because of Swami Vivekananda's contribution towards this nation. He was the first religious leader in India to understand and openly declare that the real cause of India's downfall was the neglect of the masses. This thing was openly propounded by Swami Vivekananda, even though he was proudly known as a religious leader. He says this thing, and Swami Vivekananda was a man who represents the nation in the Parliament of Religions, which was held in Chicago. Nature and Man. Nature and Man is a prose piece from Swami Vivekananda. In Nature and Man, Swami Vivekananda analyzes the Eastern and Western attitudes to the mind and body. The modern idea of nature includes only the physical plane, it excludes matters of the mind. The mind is supposed to be free, beyond control. But the Indian philosophers take a different stand. They feel mind and body are bound by laws of cause and effect, and subsequently, in this work, Swami Vivekananda compare and contrast the ideas of the Western philosophers and ideas of the Indian philosophers towards the mind and the body. According to the Indian philosophers, the mind and body was bound by the laws of cause and effect subsequently. The essence of law is basically cause and effect. What goes before determines what follows, which is a law of rationality in a way. The mind is free and same time within the time and space and causation. In fact, there is no dichotomy between matter and mind. The only difference is in the degree of vibration. What Swami Vivekananda says is matter and mind is not separate things, they are both the same. It differs only with the vibration. Before determines this thing, what follows is the law of rationality. The essence of law is basically cause and effect. What goes before determines what comes back, which means what you done follows you back. Mind is free and at the same time within the time and space and causation. In fact, there is no dichotomy between matter and mind. The only difference is the degree of vibration. Mind at a low rate of vibration, what is known as matter. Mind at a low rate of vibration, what is known as matter. At the same time, matter at a high rate of vibration is what is known as mind. Both are bound by laws. So, both are not different. They are similar in a way. Nature is homogeneous. In Sanskrit, nature is called as Prakriti. It means literally differentiation. Everything is on substance, manifestations are different. Body and mind are interrelated. The mind is dull when the body is weak. Swami Vivekananda says the human body and the human mind were interrelated. In such case, if the body is weak, then the mind is dull. One cannot establish whether matter is first or the mind. No one, no one can establish whether what comes first, whether the mind or the body, which means whether the nature or the man. It is an old question of trying to decide which came the first, hen or the egg. Egg. All philosophical ideas tend towards this conundrum, which means there's a whole question in the human species. What is that? What is that? What is that? Which came first, whether the hen or the egg? This is the whole question, but with which answers to everything in the world. The irony is that the greatest truths are forgotten because of their very simplicity. Truth itself is always simple. Complexion is due to man's ignorance. The irony in all such ideas where the truth is very simple. Man propounds everything, but the truth behind that is very simple. Complexism is due to man's ignorance. Man's free agency is not of the mind, it is of the soul. The mind is lost in Maya, the soul is eternally free. The cause of our bondage is our identification with the mind. What Swami Vivekananda says, the world is full of lost in Maya. Maya means literally like black magic, a human attraction which doesn't have anything. Right, then the soul is eternally free. The cause of our bondage is our identification with the mind. Our free agency is established in the soul. The soul is manifesting itself through its instrument. The soul is manifesting itself through its instrument. The story of evolution shows how soul has manifested itself in varied forms through nature and evolved itself. The whole process of evolution is a soul struggle to manifest itself. What is the whole process means? The evolution of the human species. It is a constant struggle against nature, which means the human never struggles with the nature, he struggles against the nature. It struggles against nature and not conformity to nature that makes man what he is. That makes man what he is. In fact, to be in harmony with nature means stagnation and death. It is by fighting against nature that human progress is achieved. The human progress is achieved this thing, and Swami Vivekananda advocates the Hindu idea of soul, that the soul transcends the body and man has a spiritual destiny to fulfill. This is what Swami Vivekananda says in this idea, in this principle. Literally, he advocates the Hindu idea, the idealism which propounded by the Hinduism, that the soul transcends the body and mind has a spiritual destiny to fulfill. The soul transcends the body and the human mind has a destiny to fulfill, and all humans were moving towards this. Thank you.